Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your September bonus reading. About a year ago, I did a 1 year from now reading. So we're going to do a 1 year from now reading. Where will you be 1 year from now? And we're just going to get started right away here, Pisces. So let's see here. You have this happiness card and this healing chaos card. I definitely like to see that. You know, obviously you could be very happy and you could be healing something. Yeah, I love that you start with the Ten of Pentacles here as well. Ten of Pentacles is a very stable, kind of more predictable energy. And that's even like the words that are popping into my head is like something more predictable, stable in your life. And I don't think it's just one thing. You know, I think it is your life in general. And, you know, it seems to me like you're creating a lot of success. Yeah, I kind of feel like you're, you know, feeling on top of the world here as well with the Emperor, especially for you action takers out there. I would definitely be taking action. You know, as I always say, I mean, this should be obvious, you know, you should have learned this in grade school, but if you don't do anything, if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen in your life. And if you don't do anything new, nothing is going to happen in your life. So you're going to have to do some new things. And I think you have some new ideas here as well. You also have this Cobra card here, which I'll show you in just a minute. And that Cobra card is kind of like a card of breaking a spell. You know, it's like a card of breaking free from something that is maybe put you in a trance, right? And so some of you, it looks like you're kind of like overcoming some sort of trance or something that maybe has not been in an ideal situation. And, you know, I think you're seeing the truth right here. You have the Ace of Swords. You have this All That Glitters card. And, you know, that All That Glitters card in that deck, it kind of represents fool's gold. You know, I even think in the book for the deck, she says that it represents kind of like, you know, a fool's gold situation where you look at things, and I kind of do feel this is financial for you. And it said, you know, I think she tells a story about all the prospectors who went looking for gold, and, you know, a lot of them got tricked by fool's gold. But also she talks in this book about how it's like the people who really made the money were the people who were selling the shovels, right? And so it's like, you know, again, I've never really seen a reading like this for you, Pisces. It's a little bit different. You know, you still have some stuff here about like standing out, which you've been getting, makes sense based off the astrology, being unique. You have this Zebra card here, which is about being unique and eccentric. But again, there's something different about this reading that I haven't seen for you, where it's like saying, you know, instead of getting distracted by things that are shiny, it's like maybe right now, you know, we are doing a 1 year from now, but right now you're probably working on something that could lead to a lot of success. So don't get distracted by the, you know, the shiny object syndrome, right? I totally understand, Pisces. I get distracted by about, you know, I don't know, 6,000 things a day, right? You know, I see a squirrel, I see a shiny ball, I see something, you know, a bug catches my eye, and you know, before you know it, I've spent like 2 hours studying a bug on my deck. No joke. This happened the other day, so I totally understand, right? But, you know, at the same time, I think that what you're working on, you know, especially if you're working on something financially or working towards something financially, is going to be very successful for you. But I feel like you need to kind of stick with it, you know, and so over the next year, I would make sure you're sticking with something. I actually, just looking at this reading, you know, again, I am separating out these rows. I'll tell you what each row, this first row is just your general energy, and then I'll tell you each one after. But, you know, I kind of have the feeling that, you know, that this change is coming now. So it's like you're not waiting for this abundance and all this good stuff to enter into your life. I have the word study popping into my head as well, so maybe you just need to learn more about what you're doing. You have the Five of Wands here. This is like your only kind of challenging card here. I would be careful of anything that you know causes conflict or, you know, competition or anything that does cause chaos in your life. You have that Healing Chaos card, so clearly I feel you are healing any chaos that, you know, has entered your life. But I would make sure to, you know, not invite chaos into your life. Again, that Cobra could be something that has you in a trance. You know, it could be a person, a place, or a thing, doesn't matter. And I feel this is saying like break that spell. don't get seduced by the you know, glimmery lights, right, of Las Vegas here with the All That Glitters card. I feel you need to make sure that you don't get, you know, sucked into the underworld, and that's my only warning for you here, really. You have the Four of Wands. Could definitely be love coming in for you. Could be an Aries or a Taurus. Shows up here. Pisces, Sagittarius. Could be any sign, general reading, but, you know, I feel there could be a solid love connection that leads to marriage. Some of you could be getting married sooner than you think, so there you go with this Four of Wands. I also feel there is definitely an element of freedom showing up here, which isn't something that necessarily comes up for you. Again, this is a very different reading. Like I said, I haven't seen a reading like this for you in a while. But going this way, I'm getting something about you expressing yourself. And again, you have the zebra card here. Again, I have a feeling we're going to get more details on that when we get to that row. But there seems to be like, there's more, like, if I could describe what I'm seeing in my head, it's like there's more attention on that part of your reading. That's why I can't stop talking about it, right? So I think like the way you express yourself, the things that you say, you could be presenting yourself to the world, whatever. And it's like you're becoming your true, authentic self. It's like you're no longer, Pisces isn't holding back. That's what it is. It's funny because you have this card that says, don't let your past hold you back, but I feel like you aren't holding back. It's like you've been unleashed here, Pisces, and I feel that is definitely a good thing, right? Let's see. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be a solid love connection coming in for you here. Again, if you want love, like I said, I always look at the Lovers as new love. So, probably a new person that's coming in for you. Could be an Aries. Could be someone you meet through friends as well. Could be anything. Take it how it resonates. With the Five of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, I overcomplicate things as a Pisces, so I'm sure you do too. And what I would say is if there's anything you're overcomplicating, anything that brings chaos into your life with the Five of Wands, I feel you need to let these burdens go. I also get this feeling of just needing to understand that there are certain things that are not your responsibility, Pisces. There are certain things, maybe that people do that we don't have control over, or certain, maybe there's a certain way. Here's the big one for you, Pisces, right? Is that you can't control how people feel about you. The way they feel about you is the way they feel about you. So it's like, I feel this is saying like no people pleasing, none of that with the Ten of Wands. It's just going to cause burdens. With the Four of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Definitely could be a very kind of like mature person that's coming in for you. Someone with a lot of knowledge and wisdom. They could have air in their chart. They could be an air sign, whatever it is. So, what I would say here is that I feel a lot of you could be taking the lead here with the King of Swords. You could be finding a lot of success as well. I also do feel this is your energy because you have a lot of knowledge showing up here. Ten of Swords, King of Swords. Like I said, I feel there is, a good amount of success coming in with this King of Swords energy. Next, in the area of what you don't see coming, you have this card that says, don't let your past hold you back. Like I was saying earlier, there's something about like nothing can hold you back now. You've been unleashed. You have this, your commitment is being tested. I feel like the commitment is to yourself. So I feel for a lot of you that you are committed to, kind of being successful, taking the lead with the Emperor energy. And, you're also committed to having more celebrations in your life. I feel a lot of you are saying to yourself, like, life doesn't have to be so hard. It's almost as if you have been triggered right here. You have the Emperor, Three of Cups, and the Five of Cups right here. I feel with this Three of Cups, it's almost as if you've been triggered by things that where you're, but I feel like you've been triggered by people recently. I'm talking maybe over the last like few years, right? Maybe this is something that has kind of risen to the top of your mind, coming in very clearly, where it's like you see things that people do and you're like, life doesn't have to be this hard. I feel like you're saying like, life can be so much easier. And so like, why do people make it so difficult? But again, really what I think it is it's like the universe is kind of holding a mirror up to you and saying, these are all the things that keep you stuck in your life. Maybe it's not exactly what the person does, that whoever you feel you are kind of the mirror, you know what I mean? Whatever reflection you are seeing, maybe it's not exactly that thing, but there could be just a small element of something that people do, and you're just like saying, why do they choose to be stuck? And I would encourage you to look at those things and say like, why, what part of me is keeping me stuck? What part of me is holding me back? And, all this other stuff, because I really feel, Four of Wands is a card of freedom. And it really just, this reading is saying to you, to me, to you, that, you could really be setting yourself free here. You have the Emperor, and this could be you. I do feel that you are kind of in this boss-like position over the next year. You're coming in, I kind of feel by a year from now, people might be seeing you like this right here. They might be seeing you in a very much Emperor energy. And, all your readings have kind of been like, where did Pisces come from? It's like that type of energy where people are going to be asking like, where did you come from? But really, I feel like you've always been swimming around in behind the scenes. And it's like, now you're just, you're being seen for all your efforts. Two of Pentacles right next to it. You're being seen for all the hard work you do, which, again, that does come up quite a bit for you, but that's about it. You have the Five of Cups here. No regrets, Pisces. I feel like you have to let go of those regrets and the things that you feel are, hold you back, or, the things that maybe you do have regrets. Again, that card says, don't let the past hold you back. So any regrets about anything, I feel you need to release them and see the 2 cups behind you, because that leads to the bridge and the castle. Some of you could be grieving the loss of something that you no longer have, but it's like those 3 cups no longer serve their purpose. He doesn't even enjoy wine anymore. So I would say, let go of things that no longer serve you here, Pisces. Let's see. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Cups. Definitely could be an Aries coming in for you. Aries or a Taurus. It could be someone who's born Aries, Taurus cusp or something like that, as far as love is concerned. Could be any sign. This Gemini stands out to me here. These could all just be in this person's chart as well. So, take it how it resonates, but definitely love. With the 3 of Cups, you have the 3 of Swords. Some of you, I feel, need, you could have been in a third-party situation, and I really feel you need to release that here. Again, don't let the past hold you back. Some of you could need to, heal this and forgive and move on. And, take it how it resonates. And, I feel if you do that, you'll be feeling much more free. I kind of do feel that if you do want love, that this could be the thing that is, preventing love from new love from entering into your life, is holding on to the past. With the 5 of Cups, because someone new wants to come in. Page of Pentacles. It's like there's a new person. I feel like you have to learn about this person. It's almost like it's not your usual type. This person could be very different in some way. They could come from a different world. They could, speak a different language. They could, I don't know, there's something here where it's like you have to learn. It might be that it's just a different type of person. You're not sure, what they are into, or, whatever. I don't know. I'm getting all these things. So, I would say educate yourself. I feel you're going to find out that this could be someone long-term. You have the King of Pentacles, which is, very long-term, stable, secure, type of energy. So I really do like where this is going. You have the Cobra and the Zebra here. Again, the Zebra is about being a visionary and kind of having your own unique ideas. And these could be your own unique ideas about life or about whatever it is that you do in your life. And I feel like you are going to be seen as very unique in the future, which is very important with Pluto going into Aquarius, especially about 1 year from now. It's officially going to be in Aquarius in November of next year. So, whatever, 1 year from now is September, close enough. And what I would say here is that you want to be unique. I think something, I hear all these people saying Pluto in Aquarius is the collective. Yes, it's the collective, but it doesn't say, become part of some sort of, hive mind, right? It says that, yes, benefit the collective, but you should be your own person. Especially in 2025, end of 2025 into 2026, we have Neptune going into Aries. If there was ever, that represents, I've probably said it to you before, it's literally represents cults. So, in a lot of ways, I would be careful of, blending in with everyone and not being unique. So again, I feel like you need to be unique at this time. The Cobra, again, I feel like you're breaking some sort of trance, or you already have broken it's like you've broken through an illusion, right? You have the 2 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Hangman. The 2 of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. I feel like you're going to want to work hard. That Saturn and Pisces moving into Deacon 2 basically is, I definitely could see how maybe you are, especially if you're like a Deacon 1 Pisces, if you're born at the beginning of Pisces, I could see how you would want to work hard, or you might feel like you need to work hard. You might feel the pressure, but almost like in a good way. Your hard work will pay off. So that's the good part. The bad part is not playing, is not having a good time and getting boring, not spending time with the people who matter to you, or just even on the things that matter to you. Maybe your hobbies that are things that you care about. So make sure that you're taking the time to invest in hobbies and things that you care about. You have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is something permanent entering into your life. I do feel if you want love, this could be a Taurus or someone with Taurus in their chart, and it could be a very solid kind of permanent connection that's coming in for you. I also do feel that you are stabilizing your finances. I would not, I think I don't know if you just saw that, but the camera blinked as I was saying that, and I feel like you need to not settle financially at the same time. I feel like this is saying, if you feel that things are just kind of like this, then I do feel the King of Pentacles is saying okay, you're getting stuck a little bit in convention. He represents convention, which is the way things have always been done. And so, I feel the universe, you are in a growth period, and the universe is saying, if you're stuck, then you need to try something new or try something different. You need to, update your skills. so that you can make more money, so that you can break free from convention. And, again, that's a big part of Pluto and Aquarius. You have the Hangman here, and so I feel like you're just showing up as present, unique, ready to go, ready to be your own unique Pisces self. Again, I really feel this is a reading that's like Pisces Unleashed, or Pisces Gone Wild, right? Whatever you want to call it, because it's like, I feel like you're being your true authentic self, hopefully, with the Ace of Swords we're going to see in just a minute. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, I would be careful of someone coming back from the past. I've been saying this to you here, Pisces. Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles, someone who juggled, Three of Cups. Again, they could be coming in with the truth, but I feel like you already know the truth. I literally said this to you in your last reading. This person could have had you under a spell, like, not literally a spell, but they could have had you believing things that weren't true. So, again, do you want that type of person in your life? I don't. So, I would be very careful here. With the King of Pentacles, and that's it. I think that once you release that, new love. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you have gotten everything you can out of your current situation. It's time for an upgrade. I really feel that here. Again, very different than what your usual reading says, like I said. And, I feel for a lot of you, over the next year, even right now, you could be upgrading, your business, your career, what you do, who you are. And I think all those things would be a great, kind of like a great thing to do. So, there you go. I feel you are entering into a very unique time. With the Hangman, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, I do feel this is saying it's time to move. It's like, you obviously, if you are a baby, you can't stay in your mother till you are 19 years old, right? For the most part, your mother would explode. It would be gross. Not good, right? And so that's what I feel here. I feel like you were a baby, obviously. Most of us were babies, right? At one point. It's like you were a baby in something. You had to learn a bunch of life lessons and, all this other stuff. But it's like now it's getting a little bit weird because you're like 19 and you still haven't been born yet, right? That's like the type of, I hope that makes sense. That's like the energy I get here. So I feel for some of you, like whatever you've been learning about, it's time to be birthed. It's time to put it out into the world. Again, Pisces Gone Wild, Pisces Unleashed. That's what this reading is going to be called because, it's time for you to go wild. It's time for you, not like literally, we're talking about it's time for you, the wild man archetype, right? The wild man archetype isn't necessarily about being wild. It's about embracing the animal side of yourself, but this could be like creativity. It's the risk-taking side of things. It's the not being afraid of criticism, not being afraid of what people say, and all that other stuff. And that's what I feel like you need to embrace here, Pisces, for sure. Next, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. Messages from your future self. You have this All That Glitters card and this To the Sea card. The To the Sea card is a little bit about kind of releasing and going with the flow and not trying to control things. And I do feel your future self, it really is saying that. It is also a card that represents things coming a little bit more easily. There is actually a problem with things coming too easy, right? If things come to you easily, you're like, this is too easy. There's no way that it can be this easy. But I feel like this is saying, like, just go with it, number one. Number two, the All That Glitters card, I do feel here that it's saying don't get distracted by something that is shiny. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, like, let's pretend you have a YouTube channel. I see this all the time on YouTube, where it's like people will start a YouTube channel as one thing. Maybe it's a good idea, and then they see something that someone famous does on YouTube, and they're like, oh, I'm going to do that. And so they switch, to something else, and they change what they were originally going to do. It's kind of popping into my head here that you need to stick with something, whatever it is that you're working on right now. It's September 2023, right? I feel you need to like stick with whatever that thing is because, if you get distracted by these shiny objects, I feel you're going to get off course, right? You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Temperance card. The Four of Pentacles is kind of a card of, I'm hearing the word security for some reason as well. Again, I was talking about this birth thing with the Four of Pentacles, but, I feel like you're actually creating a lot of security in your life, or safety, security, comfort, protection. I would be careful of this, though. It's like, yeah, okay, like security is great and everything like that, but it's like also, I feel like you're meant to live, a more, extraordinary life, and I'm not trying to blow smoke either here, Pisces, but it's like if you don't take the risks to live an extraordinary life, it's going to be, it's not going to happen, so I hope that makes sense. You have the Ace of Swords. I feel this is your inner truth. I felt that right away at the beginning of the reading. This is like, we are in a very authentic time. Like, if you're not living authentically, the universe is going to be like, nope, you're not moving forward because you're not living in your truth. So if we're doing things that we don't love to do, we're going to have a really hard time. And so I feel you need to make sure, obviously, I don't, people always come at me, they're like, well, I can't quit my job, but I really love doing this and, all this other stuff. I'm like, well, number one, take your time, right? The universe isn't going to punish you if you're trying. So, I always tell people, it's like, just get started. Just take the tiny little steps to live more authentically, even if it's just 1%. Can you just add just a little bit more of it to your life? Like whatever you enjoy doing, whatever you love doing in life, just a little bit more. I do also, again, I would be careful of someone's truth. It's like, again, I have no sympathy for adults here going this way as well, who can't tell the truth. I feel like someone froze up on you here, Pisces, with the King of Swords. They could have gone very cold. And, again, I feel there could be a lot of, whatever is going on here. So I would be careful of that. You have the Temperance card. I really feel you have the power to kind of turn one thing into another. I feel you have the power to manifest and create wonderful things in your life. And that's what I see here with the Temperance card. It's like saying, hey, if something doesn't go according to plan, right, don't get distracted by a shiny object. I feel your guides, your future self is really saying, hey, you're already doing something that is part of your truth. Like even if it's just, a hobby that you do or something like that. I feel the Temperance card is is an angel, and it's like your guides or your ancestors are saying like, hey, with a little bit of tweaking, with a little bit of moving some things around in your life, you can have your dream life, but you just have to kind of work it. You have to kind of move it around. So that's what I'm getting here. And go a little bit wild. Take some risks. Do things that might be weird or eccentric or whatever. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. I feel like you're getting answers. Ace of Swords in Judgment is kind of, if you have been lost or lacking clarity or not sure where to go, this would be you getting clarity from, it could be from your dreams, your daydreams, from the universe, could be anything. You could also have sudden moments of, sudden aha moments. And I would write those things down and pay attention. Because again, you could have these moments of clarity, and if you don't write it down, you're going to forget it. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups, and I kind of just feel, I know this is Cancer, but I kind of feel this could just be your energy being very intuitive, and I feel you need to trust your intuition. And with the Temperance card, you have the Sun, best card in the deck. Definitely major, look at this. Enlightenment with the Hangman, enlightenment, and there's a light on the Judgment card. So I feel you could be waking up to, some new ideas, some different ways of doing things. You could be waking up to a better way to do the things that you want to do in your life. So that's kind of what I feel here, Pisces. This is one heck of a reading, I have to say. It's like Pisces gone wild. You have this Older Man card. We're pulling 5 main themes. It says, dealings with relationships with an older man. I always clarify the people. It says, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. King of Swords. So, again, some of you could be meeting a person. Doesn't have to be a man, but it could be a person who's older than you. This could also be a mentor as well. King of Swords with the Four of Wands could be a person you learn from who just has a lot of wisdom. And so, again, if you have an opportunity to learn from a mentor, totally worth it. You have this Bow card. It says you are highly thought of. So, yeah, I really feel you are highly thought of. I feel like you need to not be afraid of, there's that old saying, right? At first they call you crazy, and then I don't remember the rest of the saying. Someone will know it. I'll pin it in the comments, right? I'm not going to spend 20 minutes trying to figure it out. But anyway, at first they call you crazy, then they think you're a genius, right? And so I feel for some of you, that's what's going on here with that Cobra card and also the All That Glitters card. You could feel like you need to change direction with that All That Glitters card because maybe you're afraid of being called crazy. But at the same time, I think that you're going to be seen as a genius in the future. So don't listen to that. And again, don't get off track, whatever you're doing. You have this Knot card. It says unsuccessful plans. I feel this right here. This is unsuccessful. It's like, I feel like some of you made a mistake once, and it's like, don't make the mistake again. It's like, you learn from this once, and it's like, so don't make this mistake again. And again, pay attention to the mirrors, like anything that gets reflected back to you. You have this Younger Woman card. It says dealings with relationships with a younger woman. You have this Mountain. It says major challenge to overcome. I would be careful if you have anyone challenging who is a younger woman in your life, and, I would just be careful of this. I'm also getting, like, I would be careful of, didn't I say something about the Ten of Wands about your responsibilities? I would be very careful of other people's responsibilities or other people who are confused. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't need that in your life. So there you go. You have this Dark Woman dealing with relationships with a woman with dark hair complexion. You have this Needle and Thread. It says a sincere wish being granted. For some of you, I feel like this just could be you receiving a wish. For others, this could be a person, again, I don't touch gender in general readings, that is like a wish granted. Could be a darker person, dark complected, dark hair, dark features. They could have a dark heart, right? Who the hell knows? So, whatever you're into, not here to judge. So, if you're into dating vampires or something like that, go for it. But what I would say is that this looks amazing, Pisces. I love where this is going. Pisces gone wild. So there you go. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your year.